Over the years, Brazil has produced some of football's most exciting talents, but none quite like Neymar. His flair, creativity and swagger changed the game. Ever since his breakout at Santos, every young Brazilian winger with fast feet and flashy skills has been called the next Neymar. But who actually lives up to that title? Today, we're ranking the top 5 players who are dubbed the next Neymar and seeing who really has the potential to carry that legacy. At number 5, we've got Gabriel Mec, the newest name being thrown into Brazil's next Neymar conversation. Only 17 years old and already breaking into Grêmio's first team, Mec's rise has been nothing short of impressive. He made his professional debut back in January, coming off the bench in a 3-0 win, and instantly caught the attention of scouts across Europe. Chelsea, who already snapped up talents like Andre Santos, David Washington and Estevão, are still pushing hard to bring Mec to Stamford Bridge. They tried last summer, but the kid decided to stay loyal, signing a deal with Grêmio until 2027. And that tells you a lot about his mindset. Mec isn't just chasing the European dream, he wants to earn his name first in Brazil. He's an attacking midfielder with quick feet, a fearless dribble and that signature Brazilian flair that gets fans off their seats. People in Brazil are already comparing him to Neymar, not just because of his style, but his confidence. Mec himself said it best. "My mind is on Grêmio, I want to make my name here. If he keeps developing like this, don't be surprised if he's the next Brazilian wonder kid Chelsea actually get right." At number 4, we've got Endrick, the boy who carried the entire weight of Brazil's future before even turning 18. When Real Madrid signed Endrick for €60 million at just 16 years old, it felt like destiny. It was classic Real, swooping in for Brazil's next superstar while every big club in Europe circled. Barcelona, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, they all wanted him. But Madrid got their man, and for good reason. Endrick had that Neymar-like flair, that explosiveness, that ability to create chaos out of nowhere. The hype was unreal. Madrid were posting him everywhere, walking through Valdebebas, hugging Ancelotti, dapping up Bellingham. It all felt like a coronation. But then reality hit. Madrid's attack started to evolve around Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, and the space for Endrick practically vanished. He arrived in a transition period. Benzema gone, Mbappe incoming, Bellingham dominating. There was no clear role for him. Now there's talk of a loan move to Lyon, Europa League football, Brazilian connections, and a manager who actually trusts young players. And honestly, that might be the best thing for him. Endrick still has all the tools to become world class, power, pace, confidence. But right now, he's a victim of timing. Too young, too hyped, and stuck behind some of the best attackers on the planet. At number 3, we've got Vitor Roque, the bulldog of Brazilian football. When Barcelona signed Roque from Atlético Paranaense in 2023, it looked like the next big La Liga success story. Strong, explosive, and with that classic Brazilian hunger, he was billed as the new Neymar with muscle. But things didn't go to plan. Roque arrived in a chaotic Barca side, Xavi under pressure, constant financial drama, and a squad struggling to find balance. He barely got minutes, often sitting behind Lewandowski or being played out of position on the wing. Every time he did come on, you could see flashes, the sharp turns, the aggression, the eye for goal, but consistency just wasn't there. By 2025, Barcelona sent him back to Palmeiras to rebuild his rhythm, and honestly, that might be the best thing for him. Back home, back in his comfort zone, Roque's rediscovering what made him special in the first place. That raw, fearless striker who loves taking defenders on and finishing with authority. He's still only 20, and with the right coaching, he can absolutely become a world-class number 9. But for now, he's still finding his way. The next Neymar tag, not yet earned. At number 2, we've got Savinho, the one Brazilian winger who actually looks like he might live up to the next Neymar tag. Now, Savinho's story is different from most. He didn't go straight from Brazil to a European giant. He took the scenic route, from Atlético Mineiro to Troyes and then on to Girona, where he exploded under Citigroup management. 2023-24 was his breakout year. 10 goals, 9 assists, and a constant nightmare for La Liga fullbacks. His electric pace, tight control, and directness were everything fans had been missing since peak Neymar. But what really made people pay attention was his maturity. He wasn't just doing flicks for fun, he was hurting teams with his decision-making. By 2025, Manchester City came calling, and Pep Guardiola saw him as the perfect heir to Leroy Sané's old role: wide, unpredictable, and deadly on the counter. However, he hasn't hit the ground running under Pep. He still needs to refine his game even further. The showboating's still there, but he needs to be smarter now, more composed, more decisive. In Brazil's national setup, Savinho's earning minutes alongside Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Some fans think he may be the missing piece to Brazil's attack. When we start talking about players who could carry that next Neymar crown and actually live up to it, Savinho's is one that may still reign supreme. And finally, at number 1, the crown goes to Estevão, Willian, or as the streets call him, Messinho. At just 17, Estevão's already being spoken about in generational terms. We've heard this all before: the next Neymar, the new Ronaldinho. But this kid, he might actually be different. Coming through at Palmeiras, Estevão has that rare blend of creativity, control, and chaos. He glides past defenders like they're cones, has the flair of a street baller, and the end product of someone far beyond his years. Every time he touches the ball, it feels like something's about to happen. What really sets him apart, though, is his decision-making. Neymar at 17 was electric but raw. Estevão already looks composed. He knows when to dribble, when to pass, and when to pull the trigger. He's not just flashy, he's efficient. And of course, Europe noticed early. Chelsea beat out Barcelona and PSG to sign him, another major coup in their Brazilian youth revolution. He's been tearing it up since arriving in London in 2025, and you can already feel the excitement around Stamford Bridge. The comparisons to Neymar will never go away, but truth be told, Estevão might just have a higher ceiling. He's sharper off the ball, more disciplined tactically, and has the hunger to prove he's not the next anyone. He's the first Estevão. That wraps up our list, from Gabriel Mec to Estevão. The next wave of Brazilian flair is already here. But who do you think will really reach Neymar's level? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget, this is Ranking Reporter.